When we sing, we kid a lot. We kid a lot. When we got together last fall to sing, it was like a breath of fresh air after 2 years of somebody saying, no, don't do that. And we feel completely the opposite right now. Yes, do that. We hope that we bring a lot of joy into your life. We hope that we have a nice selection of songs for you this evening. And we certainly will have a varied selection of songs for you. We would like to sing our first song called Lift Up Your Heads. One of the things that a choir director frequently tells their singers is, please watch, or please lift up your heads. So that's what they'll be doing right now. Anyway, we hope you enjoy Lift Up Your Heads. We thought that would also be a very appropriate beginning here in this setting. The next piece that we are about to sing is one of Stephen Foster's songs. I still enjoy, I think, as many Stephen Foster songs as I can possibly hear. If you're my age, you know who Stephen Foster is. But I'm sad and sorry to say that if you're 50 or younger, see, I'm 51. You may not know who Stephen Foster is, and he sometimes was considered the most important musician in the United States because he paid attention to people who were in the United States. That included African Americans. He paid a lot of attention to their music and incorporated that music frequently into his own music. This is one of his nicest pieces, Beautiful Dreamer.
Beautiful dreamer, wake unto me. Starlight and dewdrops are waiting for thee. Sounds of the rootwood heard in the day, loved by the moonlight have all passed away. Beautiful dreamer, queen of my song, list while I woo thee with soft melody. Gone are the cares of life's busy throng. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Beautiful dreamer, out of the seas, mermaids are chanting the Lord over the stream that takers are borne, waiting to thee, right on the bright coming morn. Beautiful, beautiful dreamer, beam on my heart. In the sun's thrill the streamlet and sea. Then will all clouds of sorrow depart. Wake, awake to me, my beautiful dreamer.
The next song that we would like to sing for you seems rather inappropriate at this point, but 8 weeks ago it was very appropriate when we were rehearsing. It just was. And honestly, John Rutter, if you read your program notes, John Rutter has been just a heavyweight, really a big-time heavyweight in American choral singing. He's British, but just found so much success here after directing some of the most famous choirs in England and writing for them. He just didn't want to leave here. He is not able to fully fulfill all the requests for music that people are asking him to write, just because right now physically he's not able to. But this piece is the first piece I ever heard of John Rutter. And it's a terribly difficult piece. I don't know if it has anything to do with the winter or the snow or what have you, but blow, blow, thou winter wind. This next piece, as it says in your program, is really about the Civil War. Or it's really about brother against brother. People not being able to see eye to eye and taking out their disputes in not such a kind way. Somehow it seems rather appropriate with the situation in Europe right now. I think you will appreciate that there are probably people who know one another very well who are fighting and killing. And this song just goes back and talks about what went on in the Civil War and how in the world that one person could have been fighting with the blue and the other with the gray. But there must have been a lot of that.
Two brothers on the
we are definitely going to change the mood. I wonder how long it's been since you've heard a calypso. Well, maybe you overheard one of our rehearsals someplace along the way, or maybe somebody's in your family that sometimes rehearses at home, and then you heard calypso. Well, for those of you, again, who are younger than me, calypso was very popular in the 1950s. Yes, it was. Yeah, 50s. That far back. Oh, a lot of you remember this, don't you? Oh, you're going to have fun with this. Calypso.
Calypso, calypso, sing a calypso, 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 sing calypso song. In Trinidad they sing a song, it's not really very long, it may even end up wrong. Sing calypso song, calypso. You can use it for to dance and a little of romance. Why not try it? Take a chance. Sing calypso song. Oh, sing a calypso while your heart flips so with rhythm gay. Oh, sing a calypso and let a calypso sing all the day. Boy says girl is to entice, girl says that's an old device. Boys don't have to be told twice. Kiss calypso way. Human nature so complex, situations us to vex, especially the opposite sex. Go calypso way. Calypso, calypso, calypso. Traveling is very grand, wonderful to see the land. It's not hard to understand. Go calypso way. Calypso, calypso, sing a calypso, 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 sing calypso song. Columbus 1492 didn't know just what to do, sailed across the ocean blue, thought calypso way. Let's sing a calypso while your heart flips so with rhythm gay. Oh, sing a calypso and let her live so sing all the day. Oh, sing a calypso, sing a calypso, sing a calypso, sing calypso. 50 years from now will be full atomic energy, and we'll really live to be free. That's you and me. Calypso, 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 come sing calypso song. Calypso.
Thank you. It's just really nice to hear a calypso again. because it has been a long time. The only name I can think of that's associated with Calypso is Harry Belafonte. And I say, oh yeah, heads are going like this. Anybody name anybody else? I can't. Harry Belafonte, it was like it was his thing. But it swept the country, and Calypso was just terribly popular. We would love to change the mood again, back to something completely different. We have a version of the 23rd Psalm, and we hope you enjoy it, the 23rd Psalm. I just asked the sopranos in this last piece to do almost nearly the impossible, sing high and sing very softly. It really is hard to do that. And it takes a lot of control, takes a lot of watching, doesn't it, Sopranos? and this director in front, see, you don't get to see what I'm doing to them. I'm going, get that mouth open as much as possible, and it's on the top of the mouth. And if they're willing to do that, they can sing high and very softly. And again, it's very difficult, so thank you. The next piece that we would like to sing for you, once again, we're going to change the feeling completely. This is a song that's going to be theirs. It's a madrigal. In These Delightful Pleasant Groves was written by an Englishman by the name of Henry Purcell. He wrote all kinds of music for everything. A lot of times, musicians, when they become composers, will write for one kind of thing, pretty much, and stay with it. But not Purcell. And he knew this was kind of a hot thing going on, madrigals. And coming right out of Italy, there he was in England, so he had to write one too. We hope you like this. This is a song for them, not for you.
In these delightful pleasant groves, in these delightful pleasant groves, let us celebrate, let us celebrate, let us celebrate our happy, happy loves. In these delightful pleasant groves, in these delightful pleasant groves, let us celebrate, let us celebrate, let us celebrate our happy, happy loves. Let's pipe, pipe and dance. Let's pipe, pipe and dance. Dance and laugh and sing. Thus every happy, happy living thing. Revels in the cheerful spring. Revels in the cheerful spring. Let's pipe, pipe and dance. Let's pipe, pipe and dance. Dance and laugh and sing. Thus every happy, happy living thing. Revels in the cheerful spring. Revels in the cheerful spring.
That's how these singers give their director a break. They get to do it all on their own, and it really is a lot of fun, and you can see the movement helps, but they're really pulsing to keep the tempo and trying to make sure that they are paying attention to others and remembering, oh, when do I have to repeat and go back, and when do I have to be soft and stuff. And if you saw a smile on their face, they were successful. If you didn't see a smile on their face, most of you were. Most of you were. Yeah. We're good. This next piece, in looking up at the planets and stars, I neglected to do something, and that is to give you the text to this. And it's terribly important that you hear the text or you read the text beforehand. Forgive me, but I'm going to do it. It's called In Looking Up at the Planet and Stars. And the first line is, in looking up at the planet and stars, glimmering bright. And it repeats that line. Stretching as far as mine eyes permit to see. and amidst matter too faint to be drawn into sight, all pillowed by the teeming ocean of energy. I note among us too, there are those whose lives are such that to mine may seem mere matter, to others, time out, to others blinding light, measured not by worldly means, but by their loving touch, and whose dreams, by those remaining, then take flight. Plant the seed in others as they are touched by you. Plant the seed in others as they are touched by you. No assumptions make as to how the universe will move. And may your life so grow to become a beacon true. And may your life so grow to become a beacon true. A light with love, and through others, infinite prove. Infinite prove. Pretty heavy stuff, really. The young man who wrote this was Dale Kipper. Dale Kipper was once a student here at UW Platteville. And Dale passed away in 2018. He was in his mid-30s. Close friend of his asked if I would write something with that text. And this is the result of that.
To some may seem mere matter, to others blinding light. Measured not by words
Thank you for joining us this evening. We knew we wouldn't take up too much of an evening for you. This is just about right. There'll be about 50 minutes, just a little over that. But we had songs that we needed to share, and we're so glad that you were able to be here. We're so happy that the Free Methodist Church here has literally been for us, had an open door policy on coming in and making music in this sanctuary. And we so appreciate that. If you're a member, thank you. Am I not? Oh. We just take care of what needs to be taken care of, that's all. But after those words, and they really are true, and we appreciate very much. And also your being here, and I know that many of you are family. And thank you for sharing these people with the rest of us through the year. I go back one more time to Richland Center. This is back in October, and we just didn't know. We didn't know at all, and 2 years away from singing is a long time. It really is. We would like to finish with a piece that Harry Belafonte did take credit for, among others, but the person who arranged it in your program is really the inspiration as to how it should be sung. We hope you will enjoy Turn the World Around. It's written in 5/4. 5/4. A la David Brubeck. You know what, before we just close it up here for the night, I just would like to give an extra thank you to Rob Shepard, who is our accompanist. Rob does not live in Platteville now. He was born and raised here in Platteville, but he lives in Lancaster, and he makes that trip over for us most every Monday night, and he does it dutifully, and he does it well. Rob, thank you so much. And I know I've told some of you before when I was a music major here, let's see, if I'm 51, cut it out, Mary. When I was a music major here, Rob accompanied me in my senior recital. What goes around comes around. I don't know if that's the case, but he's been a good friend, good musical friend all these years. Thanks again, Rob.
I think we should give a big round of applause to you.
I don't want to go into my music history here. Way back. All the way back to 1940. Not me. No. But my dad, that's the year that my dad and my mom came to Platteville. And many of you know that Bill Dennis, for years and years and years, Mr. Music, according to Richard Blockman, who ever read the Platteville song.
We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the fire, living Ha! So is life. Water make the river, river wash the mountain, fire make the sunlight turn the world around. Water make the river, river wash the mountain, fire make the sunlight turn the world around. Bodies of the river, bodies of the mountain, spirit is the sunlight, turn the world around. Bodies of the river, bodies of the mountain, spirit is the sunlight, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living in the mountain, go back to the mountain, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living in the mountain, go back to the mountain, turn the world around. Oh, so is life a mighty war. Ha! So is life. Oh, so is life a mighty war. Ha! So is life. Oh, so is life a mighty war. Ha! So is life. Oh, so is life a mighty war. Ha! So is life. So is life.
All right.
Want music?
Because they have these great big honking. Yeah.
Did it work?